a ton of people with blogs and a lot of people out there, and with the economy the way it is today, and people are really looking for another way to generate some new income. We'll probably see even more people come into internet marketing, network marketing. So the question is, for someone who's kind of new, it might be slightly intimidating to see all these kind of everyone blogging and stuff. And the question is, like, is this a market that can ever get saturated if it hasn't already? Is online marketing / network marketing already saturated? And if it is, like, what do you do to beat that saturation?
Okay, that's a good question. Do you know that there's over 500 million people on Facebook? Okay, so 500 million people. So I'll tell you that the money-making niche, say for network marketing, is like a dot. Okay, it's tiny.
Yeah.
Okay, there are so many other niches that are way bigger, and there's so many other niches that don't know how to market like people in network marketing, affiliate marketing know how to market.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're dealing with saturation online, no way, man.
Yeah.
It's if you know how to market and you can be a step above, everyone else and what they're doing, and I can tell you right now, 98% of the people that are out there, they aren't physically taking the action to stand apart from everyone else.
Yeah.
So even though they're doing the stuff and they're doing a lot of things, there's only a small handful of people, and you probably see it, that are online that are like killing it.
Yeah,
right? So the rest of the people are kind of like, they're trying to do stuff and they're getting there, but there's only a small group of people. So as far as saturation that goes, no, if you're branding yourself, you'll never run into saturation. As long as you, in my opinion, if you stay creative and you are able to stand out from the rest of the people.
Now, I guess, do you want to share a technique or maybe an example that maybe you use on a regular basis, something that's really worked for you that kind of accelerates or really help people to accelerate that process of personally branding themselves?
Yeah.
Aside from getting a blog?
Lie. Start telling people you're best friends with Jonathan Budd.
Fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah. To get ahead, or sorry, to...
I guess really accelerate that personal branding process, aside from getting a blog.
As far as implementing some sort of tactics?
Techniques that maybe you use or others.
Okay. Well, you kind of like pick your poison. You have several different ways you can market. You can take, article marketing, video marketing. You can do social media marketing, pay-per-click marketing. There's so many different ways you can brand yourself. And what I suggest is you do everything. Okay, so the best way to accelerate it is not put all your eggs in one basket. So don't start a Google AdWords campaign or Facebook pay-per-click campaign and expect that, this is it. This is what's going to make me. You want to have your hand in everything, and essentially what you want to do is you want to have so many different places that when somebody clicks on your name, on Google, it's like video article, YouTube, Facebook, and just everything's popping up everywhere. And the only way that you can do that is if you devote, a certain amount of time to allocate each in your day. Like, what I suggest everyone do is you allocate, 30 minutes a day to Facebook, 20 minutes a day to Twitter, 20 minutes a day to article writing, not verbatim, but just say as an example. And that's what I do on a daily basis. So every day I'm doing all these different ways to market, and that helps get your name, your brand out. Yeah, so you can't, your blog is your central hub. You've probably heard Mike Dillard say it's your nerve center, right? Yeah. So it's your nerve center that you drive people back to, but it's not necessarily the one thing that's going to work for everything. You have to have different sources that drive back there.
Cool.
Yeah. And don't lie. Because when people meet you in person,
and they. You put up a front of maybe driving a Rolls Royce and you pull up on the bus or something.
Exactly.
No faking till you make it, be honest. I think one trend that we're starting to see online is people are really starting to want to see what's working now, because this is an industry that's changing very fast. Probably one of the fastest changing industries that I've ever heard of. And I think that alone is probably one of the reasons that we saw a few months ago Mike Dillard launches WWM Network, What's Working Now. So I'm going to flip that question. Instead of asking what's working now, is there anything that you see online or you see people doing that is outdated, that isn't working, and you would say just stop doing it because it's counterproductive?
Right. Spamming?
Has that ever worked?
That's counterproductive. That's a great question.
We've seen like techniques that are probably there are probably definitely things that are outdated that people are still using.
Yeah, you know, just off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. What doesn't work now? Well, obviously,
I was trying to make one question that was stumpy.
Yeah, I would say from my own experience, Google AdWords doesn't work as well as it used to. As well as it used to, even before everyone got slapped, including myself. It was much easier than it did up to the point where they did that. Obviously but as far as like that's a little different because that was out of people's control.
Yeah.
But as far as what isn't working strategy wise, I would have to say that I think people have become a little bit immune to this type of marketing. And what I mean by that is we're so inundated with information. I mean, you turn on Facebook and it's like, ads, and you go to Google and you know what people are doing. And it's not like where it was 10 years ago where you could do an article or you could do a YouTube video. Maybe not 10 years ago, but a few years ago, you could do a YouTube video and no one else was doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like you talked about saturation. So the only thing that I would say with saturation is I think we've become immune to marketing to a certain extent. Yeah. It's like we've seen the ads. We're not persuaded by a lot of the strategies that people use as far as the types of words that are used to market. Yeah. And I think, there's a lot of people out there that are being creative and coming up with different ways to do it, but there's a lot of people that are sticking to the old ways. Yeah. And that can still work for a lot of the people that have never been introduced to online marketing.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of the people who have been and are searching for more, they've become sort of completely immune to the whole process, and now they're looking for something like a step above.
Cool. I guess I'll finish it off with one final question. Now, one thing, I guess, in your experience, is there one thing that I think if somebody knew or kind of been plugging it away and not seeing too many results, is there one thing that you see that as soon as they grasp maybe one technique or there's one thing that can really just almost immediately kind of skyrocket the business that they should be looking to focus on, really trying to learn this one thing, if there is such a thing? Because it's kind of like asking for that one pill. What do I take? You know what I mean? Tell you,
man, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There is. I wish there was. I wish there was like, hey, but this is the mentality of people, because a lot of people may or may not know, but I have a pretty rich background in personal development and mindset, so I understand a lot how people think, and that helps me market. It's kind of similar to Jonathan Budd. He has a degree in psychology, right?
Yeah.
So it really helps you get into the psychology, the mindset of someone, how it processes information. So, anyways, what I was going to say is, I went through a good portion of my life thinking that the next best thing is going to solve all of my life's problems. I buy this program, that's it. I'm set. I've spent $300. I'm good, right? I don't have to learn anymore. I'm told this is it.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like a total combination of things. You really just gotta go out there. And I believe you have to be passionate about it, and you have to really, really want it, and you got to be willing to work your ass off. Yeah. It's not as simple as you write one article or 5 articles and all of a sudden, bang, you got massive exposure. Yeah. It's a combination of things. It's really a combination of several different types of marketing, what you're doing on a daily basis, and I can guarantee you there's no one program, no one mentor that's going to teach you everything you need to know. It's just, and what you'll find too, like if anyone out there is just starting off and maybe they've got some momentum and maybe they're starting to generate a little bit of money or they're not, what you'll realize is your online marketing career will hit a tipping point, okay? So all the work that you're doing will sort of like lead up, and all of a sudden everything will just start to skyrocket.
Yeah.
And it happens, but it takes some time, right? It takes some time to build.
It takes some work and a lot of, I guess you have to persevere.
Yeah, so this online marketing is no different than anything else. It's not get rich quick. It's not easier than offline. It's work. Yeah. Bottom line, man. Yeah. But it's who wants it the most, right? That's the way I look at it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think you should leave off with, I think, like you mentioned, buying that one course and hoping it fixes everything. I spent $1,000. It's done. What else? What else do I got to do? It's here. I think one thing we've got to realize is just, it's cliche, we've heard it over and over again, but action is probably, you got to take it. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who are going to watch this video and might not even do anything about it and watch it. So you really are just wasting your time if you're just watching videos and not doing anything, because a great quote is like, champions are made on the field, not on the sidelines. And I think if you're sitting around hoping that that pill will show up out of nowhere, it's not going to happen. And I think sometimes you just got to take that action, even if you're unsure, even if it's the wrong action, because at least you'll learn from it faster. And one quote that I got from, I think it was Dagan Smith from his program, and he mentioned that, action beat perfection every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's,
you just got to take the first step.
yeah,
right?
exactly. And after that, it kind of rolls over, it turns into that snowball effect.
That's exactly what happens. Yeah, for sure, brother.
All right, man. Well, again, that's all I got for now. Didn't sound too hard, hopefully.
You got me on one, just about.
Yeah, but
just about.
Again, thanks so much for doing this, and thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.
Awesome, bro.